Afternoon everyone, it's Nicola here, and today I'm going to take you through a Sunday update, and I'll be covering what's happened to my YouTube channel, because anyone who's watched the previous ones will remember that I started it on 22nd of November and I was getting precisely 90 odd views a month, and I was getting about 2 hours watch time, and I started making a video every day. That was my goal. I only missed a few days throughout that whole time frame, and it's made a tremendous difference. Not only that, well, I'll tell you the results at the end. Watch on to find out. Okay, well, here we are on the YouTube Studio Analytics page. And I just wanted to walk you through this and tell you the kind of things I'm paying attention to. You can see that the first page you get to, you've got an overview of how many views you've had in the last 28 days. And if you can recall, the first month I started with this, I'd had 90 views. And in the first month of doing nearly a daily video, I got quite close. I jumped that up to 1,000 views, and it hovered around the 900, 800,000 mark for a few weeks. But since I started doing shorts and remixing my main videos to create shorts, you can see that it's jumped up to 2,600 views in the last 28 days. So I'm very, very pleased with that. You can also see that the watch time has gone up. I think I had 2 hours watch time in the first month, which was November, and then it went up to about 60 hours watch time. Then it went up to about 80, and it hovered around 80 for a while. But again, the shorts has added. I mean, obviously the shorts are a minute long, but they tend to get hundreds of views, which helps enormously to push up the watch time. I'm aiming for 4,000 watch hours in a 365-day period, in a 1 year period, and I need to get to 1,000 subscribers too. But you can see I'm only adding subscribers at the rate of 1 a day at the moment, but it is 22% more than the previous 28 days, so it's all going in the right direction. The next thing you see is the spikes and all that, and you can see, you know, when I first started, let's actually move it back to 90 days, because I haven't been going quite 90 days, but it's close. Yeah, and you can see, there you go. So started out with 28. I always look at the lows. So the lows were averaging around 16, 20, 14. So I was in my teens and 20s when it got to there. And then I started using shorts, and you can see the difference it's made. Not only spikes, I think that was a Steve Bartlett's diary. That worked really well for me. And that's when I started doing YouTube shorts, because I did the video about YouTube shorts, are they worth the effort? And I carried on doing them. So again, low point there about 16, but it's definitely climbing up. So low point there 44, low point there 53, low points here 79, 80. So it's definitely making a difference, and keeping, I mean, I'm really quite consistent. I mean, I do miss the odd day and occasionally the odd weekend, but I'm really trying to do a video a day. Okay, so let's look over here. Over here, we've got the live count in the last 24 hours. And again, you know, when I first started, I was getting 1 or 2 was the average, but most of the time now it's 6 or 4, or occasionally get spikes like that. And I've had spikes of up to 100, 200 when I do the shorts. So top content, Nigeria's CBDC experiment, 1 year on. That's a consistent performer now. This is really great, because this is a new video that I only put up on, I think it was Thursday, and it didn't do very well initially. I'll show you more about that in a minute. But I changed the thumbnail and I put a pie on. I put a pie on the thumbnail, and that seems to have made a huge difference. And that's the short that's going with the main video. So it's almost getting as many views in the last 48 hours as the actual video is. So you get to see your top content in this period. Now, what you really want to see is your most recent content getting, you know, the views. Now, these are shorts, these ones with the black sides, and the ones with the full pictures are the full videos, and you can tell by the time as well. So haven't got any of my very recent ones in here, so that's a bit of a disappointment, because what you're hoping to see is your recent videos getting as many views getting more views quickly than your older stuff did. If your channel's building, that's what you should see. So I can see what's doing well, but I can't see any of my recent videos. I can't see any of my recent videos in there. So then if you go over to content, this is the channel overview again. Let's get rid of that out of the way. Videos have had 3,500 views, 73% in the last 90 days, and shorts have had 1.3 thousand views, 26%. I did an accidental live stream. That's why and 15 people have seen it, to my mortification, because I really didn't do a very good job with that. I was experimenting. I didn't realize I was live. So let's just go back to the last 28 days. And you can see that the channel analytics show that the videos and the shorts are, so you can see that the videos and the shorts have equally divided the views. This is quite useful. It tells you whether your videos are getting subscribers and whether your shorts are getting subscribers. And while my videos are outperforming, the shorts have gained me 5 new subscribers in the last 28 days. So that's quite good. This is how your viewers find you, and you want it to be YouTube, because if it's direct, then it's basically Google search, which is a good thing, but it can also be that you're sending traffic to your own channel. So direct is or unknown, but the main one is the shorts feed, which is internal, and also YouTube search and channel pages. So I'm quite pleased with that. Because if YouTube search and channel pages and suggested videos, that's the real key, is to get YouTube suggesting your video to other people. And this is how a nice little breakdown of my overall click-through rate is 3.1%, which is not bad at all. Top remix, this is where I've remixed my video into a short. Now, the problem with doing that, I've realized, is that you only get 15 seconds. Whereas if you create a short yourself, you can actually make it up to a minute, and then you get to choose the card at the end of the video, the end of the short. And what I'm doing is I'm choosing the video that the short relates to. Now, lots of people say you should do shorts about totally different things, but it's working fine for me to just use it as like a trailer for my main video, and that brings traffic. And then when people have finished watching the short, they get presented with the actual video, full video, and I'm sure that's making a difference. So let's have a look at what else we can show you. Let's go to audience. Right, this is what you're looking for here, is you want to see a good, healthy slab of new viewers, because you don't really want it all to be just returning viewers, although you do want a healthy percentage of those as well. Now, this is videos growing your audience. Now, this is interesting. New viewers who returned. This is one of my first videos I did when I first got going again. It makes it look like people are going back to that one. New viewers who returned. Right, so it seems to be the percentage of people who watch this video come back, and the then unboxing video equipment, which was quite dull, really. And in fact, I didn't even put it in the podcast, that one. It was so how I manage my money and the best 3 practices for making good business decisions. So these are really early on in my journey of reviving my YouTube channel. You can see that all 4 of those are doing a decent job of encouraging people to come back. And it also shows you the ones that people have watched that haven't come back afterwards. Okay. When your viewers are on YouTube, watch time for subscribers, not subscribed 62%, subscribed 37%. So that's quite good. And I'm starting to get more data like geography. So I really want it, United Kingdom, United States, Australia, Canada, and India. So that's good. So, that's the 2 main places I want, really. Age and gender starting to get some information, and it's mostly men. Which is really odd. Either it's because I've got quite a blokey male energy, or it's because guys just spend longer on YouTube watching women. I don't know what that's about. Interestingly, nobody of my own age is watching the videos. It's really interesting. Not one person that I could see in my own age group. So the biggest age group is 25 to 34-year-olds. So that's interesting. There we've got some language subtitles. Oh, so we've got 0.1% of people are watching in Polish. That's really interesting, isn't it? Okay, and then over to research. And I've done a whole video about this. So if you search for, in fact, I'll flash it on the screen here, the thumbnail for the video when I talked about using the YouTube research tool, which is based on presumably Google. but it's not as overwhelming as the Google keyword tool. So that's why I like it. So at some point, I'll get enough viewers for it to show me, oh, I am getting data now. I wasn't before. So my viewers are searching for Nigeria CBDC, whether that's their search volume on YouTube. That's interesting. Medium volume. So does that mean that it's people searching across the whole of YouTube for that term and then ending up on my channel? Sorry. Let's have a look at Google Trends then. Oh, that's interesting. It goes up and down, presumably depending on whether it's in the news or not. Oh, let's go to web search and see whether it's oh yeah, it's definitely trending. Look, people are looking to see what's happening over there. Anyway, getting down in the weeds there. Let's have a look at now. The other thing, that was all channel overview. So let's just look at my content. And the one I wanted to show you was the pie one. So you can see that this is quite a catchy thumbnail now, because it's got famous for our pies with a picture of a pie. And before I had the background and I didn't have the orange going around it. And I didn't have, it was all quite green looking. And I think that's why people weren't realizing it was one of my videos, because it didn't look like my other videos. So if you go to analytics, I was getting a good impression rate, but let's go here. That's the reach, isn't it? Yeah, I was getting a good impression rate, but I had about 0.4% click-through. This is still much less than normal. If you remember that my normal click-through rate is 3.1%. This video wasn't doing very well at all. So what I did was I changed the thumbnail, because when I looked at my content, I realized it just looked different to everything else. So I think that my picture wasn't popping enough either. So I put a white surrounding around it. I definitely think that makes a difference. So yeah, so it's improving, put it that way. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, see, it went from not very good, and then I managed to get it up. It's dropped back a little bit to 1.5%, but it's still better than it was. In fact, so that's the average since the video was uploaded, but actually it's running at about 1.5 to 1.7 now. So that's a lot better than it was. And same kind of views as usual, you can tell, because it's still within the grey period. And the impressions, no, there's no normal being shown there. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this will go out the top. Where, when a video is doing well, because it goes out of the top. Let's find one of the other videos that are more successful from the beginning to show you that. Email list. Oh, chat GPT for business marketing. That did well, that one. So you can see that it immediately went straight out of my grey area, which is my usual views, and going to the watch time, it's got a much longer than usual watch time. So people are finding the content interesting, and it's gained me 6 subscribers as well. And so this is continuing to being shown. It's flattened off a little bit now, but it's still being shown. And it's, yeah, still getting 800 impressions a day, and it's converting at quite a decent click-through rate, 20%, 5%, 10%. And if I go to views, it's well out of my usual range. So you see, so getting shown a lot, clicking through well, and getting good views, and it's doing, it's just doing very well. External, I think, is Google, because I'm not doing anything to promote it externally. So that's Google. And channel pages, suggested videos, and browse features, they're all quite healthy. So this is, I would call this a successful video. It's getting search engine traffic, it's getting suggested by Google, it's getting a good click-through rate, and it's doing better than all my other videos do generally. So that's a good video. And you don't know what they're going to be. It's really weird. I thought the pie one was going to do great, and it didn't because I put a green orientated thumbnail on it. So your brand is important. People want to be able to recognize that it's one of your videos. Okay, I can't think of anything else I need to tell you there. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough for the YouTube Studio stats department, and you'll see that it's made a tremendous difference to getting, quite a lot more views, and the shorts have played a big part in that, more subscribers, and many more watch hours. And what's it done in terms of business? Well, I've attracted one client to my Clicks and Leads Academy who paid upfront for the whole year. And I've also got another client on the boil who says that they're going to be signing up very shortly. Of course, you can't count those till the transaction is made, but I don't see any reason why they wouldn't go ahead. So that's pretty good for 2 months. That's pretty good for 2 months, solid going at it, I think. So I hope that's encouraged you to have a go yourself. I'd love to hear from you if it has, and I would love to help you any way I can. So do let me know in the comments below if there's anything specific I can help you with. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow.